Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, guess what we're working on today? The HEEP, of course. What else would we be working on? Well, we got 10 other million projects to do. I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to fix the fans. So we have actual fanage. Wouldn't that be good? So that's going to require us doing some wiring and figuring out some relays and that kind of crap. So hang with us and maybe we'll be successful. I don't know, probably. Okay guys, this is what we got. Hopefully it works. I've got a piece of shrink tube in here, little red one, and then there's a black one. I know you guys can't see a bigger one behind it. I got all three wires kind of clamped in here. As you can see, they're already shiny. That's because I've already screwed it up once. So we're going to try it again and see if we can get this thing to do what I need it to do. Try not to shrink the shrink tube in before you need to shrink it. I'm using the little gator clamp there to kind of hold it all together while I get some heat in it. Well, just isn't enough hands, you know. It's starting to smoke. That's a good sign. Kind of got them stuck knot. As you say, that didn't work, did it? Okay guys, what we're going to try to do is solder these two wires together. Of course, adding in a third wire to make it even more challenging. And no room to do it. So it's actually looking better than the other 5 times I've tried this. So I don't know if you guys can see anything or not. A lot of people think you should heat up the solder and try to squeeze it down over, but to do it right, you should be able to draw it right through. Once it gets hot enough. Getting there. There she goes. That's it. Once you shake it in the right direction, you know me and shaking. That's why I got the camera set up like I do, so it doesn't shake. So now we just got to get this little red piece pulled up out of here and slid up over the top. And that looks pretty good. Use a special tool. I'll use a cigarette lighter. Shrink that up. There we go. We've got both the wires here, the black and the red, spliced together. And now all we got to do is fish this side, get this black one pulled up over everything, and then that might be okay. Let's see what that looks like. Okay guys, sorry I didn't take you along for the entire ride, but the blue wire, of course I didn't have enough blue wire, so we had to get creative. And I wish we had blue wire because it would have worked out real well, because the blue wire is actually on the, oh, that's not the blue wire I want. It is now a yellow wire. But over here, I don't know if you guys can see down in here, but the blue wire is now connected to the yellow wire, because that is the device wire. Then you have, oh, this is a little tricky because, okay, there we go. I think you guys can see. Well, you guys look close. I guess not. So the blue wire is the device wire. That goes to the cooling fans. You got a ground wire coming from the cooling fans. That's the other black wire coming from the fan. Then you have a ground on the relay itself. So those are the black wires. They go back in there. Then we have a red wire, which is the positive. That's the hot right from the battery, so you're not having any voltage draw because it's coming from right here. The white wire is the trigger. So down underneath here, down under there is a red wire connected to a white wire. Yeah, I know, I probably should have used white. And I do have white, but I didn't. It's right there. I'm going to reroute it because it's running over the top and get it in a loom. The yellow wire on a 5-wire, I believe, and you guys could tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. This yellow wire, I could have ran a separate wire for the other fan and hooked it into this. So the blue and the yellow could be like almost like headlights. So you could run one headlight on one and one headlight on the other. When we did Ethan's truck, I wired 2 relays, but I think one relay could do the job for like 2 headlights or 2 fans. So yeah, so that's how that works. So let's see if it works. As you can see, soldered all the connections, everything's pretty good. And I'm going to set you guys up right here. You guys are looking into the fan. There you go. No air out here. It does blow air out the middle though quite a bit. So, it's kind of weird. You don't get as much, well, you do over here. I guess they would impede some of the flow. Because of the radiator, you know, I think it's bouncing off it. But I stick my hand in here, and there's quite a bit of breeze blowing down through here. Quite a bit of breeze. I mean, there is that paper trick. Make sure we got them going the right way. Let's do that. I'm human, I screw up. So I thought I had it all nicely figured out. As close as I could, hot wires, you know, yellow, not, you know, using green for hot and stuff like that, you know. No, I screwed it up. Well, what happened is I reversed the fan blades in the, you know, electric fan. Great, got to do that. I forgot that I have to reverse the polarity. So when I wired it thinking, oh yeah, blue is going to be the hot wire, black's going to be the negative. And then I had to change the blue to a yellow and then run all those wires up to the relay. So I'm thinking, yeah, this will be just fine, no problem, right? Well, I get it up there and I plug it all in, and well, you guys can see what happens. It's not good. It blows instead of sucks. So you know that. You don't want that. So anyway, I have solved the issue. I'll show you what I did. Okay, so here's the relay. Now you can see a yellow wire as a ground. It should have been the hot wire, and it should have been connected to the blue wire. But now it is connected. The blue wire is now connected to the black, and that yellow wire is now the ground, and that reverses the polarity, and now the damn thing goes the right way. I will show you now with the switch. It's this red one that I got here. Okay, so you hear it running. And you guys can see that it's going the right way now. Blowing our little slip of paper in the right direction. So, everywhere looks pretty good. So, that is the solution. So anyway, guys, I think we've got it figured out. If you guys want to know, if you're using these relays, what the pattern is, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. The fan blew it away. Okay. Oh. The numbers are right there. 87A is yellow. 87, just plain 87 is blue. 86 is white. 30 is red. And 85 is black. Your 85 is your ground. Your 30 is your hot. Your white is your trigger. Your blue is your device. So pretty simple how that works, and that's for a positive trigger. You could do a negative trigger too, but I did a positive. So anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, subscribing, commenting, and all that stuff. I hope maybe this will help somebody figure out one of these darn relays and not do what I did, okay? Do it right the first time, or at least the third time, not the fifth time. Thanks again. Bye. Okay, guys, here's the fuse block. I'm in the process of rewiring everything that I've kind of rigged up now that I've got a fuse block. So we have a big red hot coming down, big heavy one, and then we got a little ground coming out and grounding everything. You can see there's a black wire. I think it's black. Yeah, it looks kind of black. That is going to go out, and that's going to actually come up to the switch up here, and oh, look at that, it even lights up. I just noticed that. Cool. So so that comes up out of there, runs up to the switch. There's a red wire coming out of that. The red wire goes over that way, pops out through the cowling over here, runs over. It's that one right there that's kind of doing a loop-de-de-loop. I'm going to get that up against there and get some loom on this, or at least zip ties or something, so it looks a little better. I know, all red wires. Makes perfect sense to me. Really does, kind of. The big heavy red wire, you know that's going to be the big heavy. And then you got the red wire going to the ignition. That's important. You got a red wire going from your alternator up, because that's charging, that's hot, so that's important. The red wire coming out is the trigger. Trigger's got to be hot, right? That makes sense. So everything makes sense. Just make everything red. So